Are you tired of settling for mediocrity? Discover the transformative principles that can elevate your performance and mindset from merely good to truly great. Join us on a journey to unlock your potential and achieve extraordinary results. In today's competitive world, the difference between good and great can feel elusive. Based on Jim Collins' groundbreaking research, this audiobook delves into the key factors that separate high-performing individuals and organizations from the rest. We'll explore the principles of greatness, including the importance of disciplined people, disciplined thought, and disciplined action. Whether you're a leader seeking to inspire your team or an individual striving for personal excellence, this audiobook will provide you with actionable insights and strategies to elevate your journey from good to great. Focus points. Level 5 Leadership. Understanding the characteristics of leaders who build enduring greatness through humility and fierce resolve. First who, then what? The significance of having the right people on the bus before deciding where to go. The hedgehog concept. Identifying what you can be the best in the world at, what drives your economic engine, and what you are deeply passionate about. Culture of discipline. Creating a culture that balances freedom and responsibility, allowing for innovation and accountability. Technology accelerators. How to effectively use technology as an enabler, not a driver of your success. The flywheel effect. Understanding the importance of consistent effort and momentum in achieving long-term results. Learning outcomes. Recognize the traits of level 5 leaders and how to develop these qualities in yourself and others. Identify the right team members and understand the value of a strong, aligned culture in driving success. Develop a clear hedgehog concept to focus your efforts and resources on what truly matters for growth. Implement strategies to create a culture of discipline that fosters accountability and innovation. Leverage technology wisely to enhance performance without becoming overly reliant on it. Apply the flywheel effect to maintain momentum in your personal and professional endeavors, ensuring sustainable success. This structured approach will not only engage listeners, but also provide them with practical strategies for transforming their lives and careers. Focus point 1. Level 5 Leadership. Understanding the characteristics of leaders who build enduring greatness through humility and fierce resolve. Mediocrity has drained the ambition from many people, causing them to settle for an ordinary life instead of striving for excellence. One of the greatest obstacles we face is the belief that being good is enough. We are often satisfied with what we have: good schools, good jobs, good relationships, and view the pursuit of greatness as unnecessary or even extravagant. This mindset is not limited to institutions, but pervades our personal lives as well. We tend to accept the status quo, seeing greatness as something reserved for a select few, rather than something we can all aspire to. The same phenomenon exists in the world of business. Few companies ever manage to rise to the level of sustained excellence. Most remain trapped in mediocrity, unable to consistently achieve outstanding results over time. Businesses often struggle to maintain high performance because the drive for long-term success is overshadowed by the convenience of settling for second best. Many companies fall into this trap, unable to unlock their full potential. However, some have defied this trend and reached the heights of greatness. Jim Collins refers to these as good-to-great companies, and his research provides insight into what sets them apart. In a 5-year study led by Collins, a team of researchers examined publicly traded companies to understand the factors that enabled a select few to transform from good to great. They analyzed stock data between 1985 and 2000, focusing only on companies that had undergone a clear turning point and achieved returns at least 3 times greater than the market average over a 15-year period. This long-term success ruled out luck as a factor. No company could rely on luck for sustained high performance over such a long time. Out of this research, 11 companies emerged as embodying the principles of greatness. These companies' success was not dependent on the rise or fall of their industries. Instead, they all shared certain concepts that defied the conventional wisdom we often use to build businesses. The results challenge our assumptions about what it takes to create a truly great organization. In this summary, you'll uncover the secrets of how good companies transform into great ones. You will also learn actionable strategies for finding and working with the right people, which is critical for ensuring your company's long-term success. As Herman Melville once said, "It is better to fail in originality than to succeed in imitation." This quote serves as a reminder that true greatness comes from charting your own path and striving for excellence, rather than merely following in the footsteps of others. Focus point 2. First who, then what? The significance of having the right people on the bus before deciding where to go. The leadership trait that sets executives in good to great companies apart is their ability to identify and recruit self-motivated individuals who share their vision and dedication. These leaders know that the key to transforming a company lies in surrounding themselves with the right people, placing them in roles where they can thrive and contribute to the company's long-term success. In Jim Collins' research, the companies that made the leap from good to great over the 15-year period outperformed even industry giants like Pepsi and Walt Disney. Many of these companies had been on the verge of obscurity before rising to dominate their industries. Remarkably, the leaders responsible for driving this growth were not high-profile celebrity CEOs frequently featured in the media. Instead, these executives worked quietly behind the scenes, focusing on the collective success of their company rather than seeking personal recognition. These leaders credited their success to having the best teams in place and creating an environment where those teams could excel. Their leadership was defined by humility and a deep commitment to the company's goals. They were more concerned with the organization's success than with receiving accolades, and they did not hesitate to step aside and let their teams take credit for their achievements. Their singular focus was to do whatever it took to ensure the company's success. One defining characteristic of these high-performing CEOs was their ability to place the right people in the right positions. This skill drove them to make difficult decisions, initiate significant transformations, and ultimately create a foundation for sustained success. Darwin E. Smith, for example, transformed Kimberly-Clark from a struggling company into an industry leader, achieving stock returns 4.1 times higher than the general market. Under his leadership, Kimberly-Clark outperformed competitors like Procter & Gamble and Scott Paper. Yet, despite his extraordinary achievements, Smith remained largely unknown to the public because he did not fit the typical image of a charismatic, attention-seeking CEO. Jim Collins' study also debunked the myth that the most successful CEOs are often hired from outside the company. In reality, the majority of executives who led the transformation of good companies into great ones were promoted from within. These leaders had deep institutional knowledge and a long-term commitment to the company's success. Moreover, they ensured that their legacy continued by grooming capable successors who could sustain the momentum and keep the company on the path to greatness. In essence, the leaders of good-to-great companies are defined not by their public persona or individual ambition, but by their relentless focus on building strong teams, making tough decisions, and prioritizing the company's long-term success over their own personal fame. Focus point 3. The hedgehog concept, identifying what you can be the best in the world at, what drives your economic engine, and what you are deeply passionate about. Building a great company ultimately leads to an extraordinary life because it allows you to work alongside people who share your values and inspire you. When you're surrounded by individuals who are equally driven to succeed, it transforms your work into a fulfilling experience, making every achievement more meaningful. The people you spend your time with greatly influence your quality of life, and being part of a high-performing, motivated team brings out the best in everyone. In contrast, having the wrong people in a company can be a serious detriment. They drain energy, lower morale, and prevent the company from reaching its full potential. Many assume that companies need to establish a clear purpose first, and then hire people to help execute it. However, Jim Collins' research found that the most successful companies follow a different approach. They prioritize getting the right people on board before even deciding on the company's direction. These right people are self-motivated, seeking to contribute to the company's success. As a result, leaders don't need to micromanage them because they're naturally aligned with the company's goals. On the other hand, having the wrong people on your team, even with a strong vision in place, can sabotage your efforts. Without the right team, it's impossible to build a great company no matter how ambitious or well-defined your goals are. A common misconception is that good to great companies are toxic or cutthroat environments where people live in constant fear of losing their jobs if they don't meet impossible standards. However, the truth is that these companies are not ruthless but rigorous. Their focus is on ensuring that the best people are in the right positions to capitalize on the company's biggest opportunities. They don't fire people just to be harsh. They let go of individuals who are not a good fit because they know how essential it is to have the right team to succeed. Good to great companies follow a few key disciplines. Don't settle when hiring. If you're unsure whether someone is a good fit, keep searching. Act quickly when necessary. If you realize someone isn't the right person for the team, make the decision promptly. Maximize potential. Ensure your top talent is placed in roles where they can make the biggest impact. A great company isn't just about vision. It's about assembling a team of the right people who can bring that vision to life. For example, in 2019, Amazon was listed by the BBC as the world's most valuable public company, a testament to its ability to continually put the right people in the right roles to seize major opportunities. This success wouldn't be possible without the careful selection and placement of its team members. Focus point 4. Culture of discipline. Creating a culture that balances freedom and responsibility, allowing for innovation and accountability. The difference between good to great companies and those that stagnate is their willingness to confront brutal facts head-on. Jim Collins emphasizes this through the contrasting stories of two rival companies, A&P and Kroger. In the 1950s, A&P was the industry leader in the retail grocery business, but by the 1960s, they began losing their grip. Meanwhile, Kroger, a once mediocre company, transformed into a market leader. The key difference? Kroger faced the harsh reality that consumer preferences were changing. Shoppers wanted modern, stylish stores that reflected their tastes. As a result, Kroger made the bold decision to overhaul nearly all of its stores, embracing the evolving demands of the retail market. In contrast, A&P clung to its outdated business model, refusing to adapt to the changing landscape. The result was inevitable. Kroger thrived, and A&P faded into irrelevance. This story demonstrates the importance of accepting the truth and taking decisive action to remain relevant in a competitive industry. Companies that acknowledge the realities of their market and act on them, no matter how uncomfortable, have consistently risen to the top. Leaders in these companies foster environments where the truth is encouraged to come to light, rather than suppressed or ignored. They create cultures where employees feel safe to voice concerns, and where honest feedback is valued over complacency. In Jim Collins' study, great companies followed a few essential practices that set them apart from the rest. First, they embraced the truth by fostering a culture of open dialogue. Leaders didn't dictate answers. Instead, they asked probing questions, seeking to understand rather than assert their authority. This inquisitiveness encouraged honest discussions and debates, ultimately leading the company towards sound decisions. Second, these companies embraced failure as a learning tool. They didn't shy away from acknowledging mistakes, but instead dissected them to extract valuable lessons, without engaging in finger-pointing or blaming individuals. This allowed them to move forward smarter and stronger. Finally, good to great companies acted swiftly when they recognized problems. They didn't wait for the situation to worsen, but addressed issues directly and built their strategies around simple, effective solutions that anyone could have implemented, had they been willing to confront the brutal facts. In the end, it's not just about having a vision. It's about ensuring that your company constantly adapts to the truth of the market and the needs of your customers. The companies that understand this, like Kroger, are the ones that remain at the top. As Roy T. Bennett said, curiosity creates possibilities and opportunities. By staying curious and being open to the truth, businesses unlock their potential for greatness. Focus point 5. Technology accelerators. How to effectively use technology as an enabler, not a driver of your success. Self-discipline, not rigid or tyrannical control, is the real driver of business growth. In Jim Collins' research on good to great companies, a common thread emerges. Success is deeply tied to discipline. These companies made strategic decisions to hire self-motivated individuals, people driven by a desire to be part of something greater than just financial gain. Their passion and personal discipline meant that they didn't need micromanagement or excessive rules to push them to succeed. These individuals thrived on their own initiative, contributing to the company's growth from a place of commitment and dedication. As Thucydides wisely noted, self-control is the chief element in self-respect, and self-respect is the chief element in courage. This self-discipline not only fostered individual excellence, but also created an environment where bureaucratic policies were unnecessary. Rather than stifling creativity and efficiency with overly complex structures, good-to-great companies focused on developing simple, clear strategies that aligned with their core goals. It was the discipline to stick to these strategies that set them apart, not a reliance on hierarchy or top-down control. This principle of discipline also extended to the way these companies embraced technology. Collins' research found that jumping on every technological trend for fear of missing out didn't necessarily lead to success. Instead, technology acted as an accelerator of momentum, not a creator. Companies that succeeded did so by adopting technologies only when they aligned with their disciplined business strategies. In other words, the introduction of technology served to enhance what was already working. It didn't replace strong management or foundational business principles. Ultimately, the disciplined approach of these companies created a culture of sustained growth, driven by self-motivated employees and clear, simple strategies. It was this balance of individual and business discipline, not technological dependence or tyrannical leadership, that fueled their long-term success. Focus point 6. The flywheel effect. Understanding the importance of consistent effort and momentum in achieving long-term results. Enduring the buildup is essential before you can experience the breakthrough in building a great company. Jim Collins' research reveals that acquisitions and mergers are not shortcuts to greatness. In fact, many companies mistakenly believe that combining two mediocre entities will somehow result in greatness. However, success doesn't come from simply acquiring another business. It requires a solid foundation built through patience, strategic decisions, and the creation of momentum over time. Great companies take the time to establish their identity and develop clear business strategies before considering acquisitions. These moves are only successful when they align with the momentum and growth the company has already achieved, making failure less likely. Collins describes this process as the buildup, where companies methodically grow, make key decisions, and gradually transform through deliberate actions such as leadership restructuring and business model adjustments. This buildup process eventually leads to a breakthrough, which is when the company's transition to greatness becomes apparent and garners public attention. However, sustaining this momentum is crucial. Many companies that once showed promise failed to achieve long-term success because they sought quick fixes rather than patiently allowing their efforts to yield results. The build-up phase does not have a predetermined time frame. Some companies experience their breakthrough after 3 years, while others may endure up to 10 years of steady growth before seeing the fruits of their labor. Ultimately, the path from good to great requires resilience, discipline, and the understanding that true transformation takes time. Thank you for joining us on this insightful journey through good to great. Before we wrap up, let's summarize the key takeaways and practical steps you can implement to start your own. Self-motivated individuals drive success. The right people on the team are self-motivated and align with the company's values, which leads to long-term success. Confront brutal facts. Great companies do not shy away from harsh realities. They tackle challenges head-on to make informed decisions. Simplicity and discipline. Growth doesn't come from bureaucracy or technology alone, but from a disciplined approach to business strategy. Endure the buildup. There is no shortcut to success. You must patiently build momentum before experiencing a breakthrough. Great leaders are humble and professional. Humility combined with a relentless focus on business excellence is a key trait of effective leadership. Invest in people, not just vision. A compelling vision is meaningless without the right people to execute it. Practical recommendations. Focus on finding and nurturing the right people who share your organization's values and are motivated to succeed. Encourage a culture of honesty and debate, allowing truth and reality to guide decisions. Develop disciplined strategies. ensuring they align with long-term goals and resist the temptation of quick fixes. Exercise patience during growth, and don't expect overnight success. Progress may be slow, but persistence will lead to lasting results. Cultivate leadership humility, focusing more on team success than personal recognition. This audiobook has explored the transformational journey from good to great, emphasizing that it requires more than just technological advances or strategic acquisitions. It's about having the right people, accepting reality, fostering discipline, and most importantly, enduring the process. We hope this has inspired you to apply these principles to your own life, business, or community work. We truly appreciate your time and interest in this audiobook. If you found value in the lessons shared, please remember to like, subscribe, and share this content with others. Your support helps us continue bringing high-quality educational content to our channel. Remember, the more you listen, the better you speak. By engaging with content like this, you'll not only enhance your business acumen, but also improve your English language skills. Keep listening, keep learning, and you'll see continuous improvement in both areas. Thank you again for being part of this journey.